it's not gonna be GMS Mount Zion. It's gonna be something else. It's gonna be GMS Locust. It's gonna be GMS
What is it? GMS what?
No, he don't gotta get that. He can get the ones when we going out. Yeah, you can basically like when you go to the church, when you type in GMS Mount Zion, you're gonna see GMS with the Bible on with the Bible still. Yeah. And then that's your link, yeah. That's my link. But really when you but they're all over the world, man. So you type in GMS Israelites, you're gonna see them all over. Yeah.
Say no more. Research is where it is the limit.
Alright, man. Thank you very much. Take care, bro. And that's what we out here for. We ain't out here for some old okie doke, you know, bubble-headed cracker, man. We ain't out there for that, man. Yeah, so where we here? I was right here. Yeah, so it says. Yeah, we're gonna go back to this. It says the Chinese military will provide aid and training to the Syrian government under a deal reached between a Beijing envoy and the Syrian defense minister in Damascus on Sunday. And it is another step in Beijing's engagement in the Middle East after China named, I'm not going to say, former ambassador to Iran as a special envoy to Syria in March. The Chinese military delegations to Syria, headed by the Rear Admiral Guam Yufeng, director of the International Cooperation at the Central Military Commission, met Syrian Defense Minister and Deputy Prime Minister Lieutenant General Fahd and Jassim al-Farid reported on Tuesday. They reached a consensus on improving personnel, training, and the Chinese military offering humanitarian aid to Syria. And the report said, without elaborating, said that the Chinese military was willing to continue exchange and cooperations with the Syrian military. So what comes next? Once the Syrian military, once the Chinese military aids the Syrian military, what comes next? The nuclear missiles. Like for example, we had the S-400 weapons that was given to Syria. Okay. So that's what's gonna start happening at the end of the day. You know, the reason why I ain't talk to that girl, man, because she wasn't really about the street, man. She wasn't trying to get it right. She just saw a bunch of black guys up here. You know, that's what I saw, man. She saw niggas. Basically. We ain't coming out here. I mean, even though certain brothers may do it, brothers can do what they want to do, but brothers see what they're doing. But really, we out here to do the work, man. That's really our main thing. That's going to take us over. Even say Paul, you know, Paul even said, if you're burning, then you know, get you a wife. But I'd rather you not, because we're in the last days. You know, so we gotta focus on the scriptures, man. Ultimately, anyway. Because these women, it's just extra baggage that you don't really need to deal with. Okay, yeah, that's a good scripture. What is it? 2 in it? Yeah, that's a good one.
It's Joel 3:1.
Yeah.
For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah.
Yeah, what that really means is, you know, a simple Negro will read that and think it's talking about we're going to go back to slavery again. They ain't talking about that. The Lord is going to take away the captivity from Israel. That's what that really means. Go ahead.
And Jerusalem, and I will gather all nations, and I will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Which the valley of Jehoshaphat is in the book. Go ahead.
And I will plead with them there for my people.
And what that means, the word plead in the Hebrew, the word there shapat, I believe it is, which means judgment. So the Lord is going to judge the people for the nation of Israel's sake. Go ahead.
For my people and for my heritage Israel.
Right.
Whom they have scattered among the nations and planted my land.
In part of the land. Because when you look at the land now, it's got different quarters of the land. You got the Islam quarter. Okay, you got the Judean quarter, which they're not the real Jews anyway. And then you got this particular quarter. Then you got the Palestinians and all that, man. So they're part of the land. And God scattered the Lord's people.
And they have cast lots for my people. They have given a boy to an harlot.
That's exactly what was going on in the transatlantic slave trade. What they used to do with our people in West Africa, they used to actually, them and the Hamites, they used to they used to exchange for wine to get a slave. That's what they used to do. So them so-called, them Hamites, which is a different dark race of people that put the Israelites in a slavery, they're gonna pay for what they've done too. It ain't gonna just be the so-called white man going into slavery. The Hamites are gonna go into slavery too, because what they did to another dark race of people, which is us, the Israelites. Okay, go on.
So a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yeah. And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
That's the Hamites. Go ahead.
And all the coast of Palestine, will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Yeah, that's right.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
And that goes back to the time in ancient Rome, because when the Romans, around 70 AD, around the eighth decade of that particular time, you had Titus and Vespasian. Okay, you had Titus and Domitian, by the edict of Vespasian, I believe that was their father. They went down and besieged Jerusalem and took all of the they took the menorahs, and they took all of the gold that we had. And even when you go all the way back to when you fast forward it, okay, into these times, when you go back to the 15th century, okay, when them Spaniards went in Brazil, when them devils went down in Brazil, what they did was they took all of the gold that the indigenous people had and kept it to themselves, and keep all of that gold to themselves. That's what they did. So they've taken the Lord's gold and all of that and treasure. As it states in Job, all of the riches that they've swallowed down, they shall vomit it back up again. Go ahead.
The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
Right, have you sold unto the Grecians. Now, when you look up that word Grecian, it's not talking about the actual Greeks, it's talking about Japhet, because they were the Grecians. But at the same time, the Esau did come as the Greeks. So it's correct. Go ahead.
That ye might remove them far from their border.
And we all moved far from our border, as we were scattered as these other nations. Somehow, some way, ultimately it was the Lord, but the other nations were highly responsible for us being scattered abroad. Okay? But it all goes back to Deuteronomy chapter 28. That's what that goes back to. Of the Jews, what would happen to the Israelites in the last days? And we're living out the curses of the Jews today. Go on, bro.
Behold, I will raise them up, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and I will
Oh, read that again, brother. Read that one more time.
behold, I will raise them out of the place
The Lord is going to raise us out of the place. Go ahead.
whither ye have sold them,
Whether they have been sold, so where our people were sold into, we're going to be living in that same place. And the main deliverance is going to take place in America. You see, two things are going to happen in America, right? You're going to have the main destruction that's going to happen down there. And then you're going to have the main deliverance that's going to happen out there at the same time. Okay? Because who's going to be the living in America? The Israelites, the so-called black people in America, and the native Indians as well, and the Hispanics in that land as well. They're going to be the living, but the elect is going to stop them. And you're going to have certain brothers that were sold here. They're going to be the living out here. No pictures, no pictures. Okay? So that's the premise. Go ahead. If you want to inquire, it's up to you. I just don't want the pictures, you know? It's in the sign, but anyway, you put it up.
and I will return your recompense upon your own head.
No pictures, no pictures, no pictures.
Upon your own head, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah.
Right. So in other words, the same people that sold our people in the state. Where's my sign? What happened? Read that verse again. I'm going to bring out the sign.
sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to the Sabians, to a people far off.
Yeah, so the so-called white man, the other nations that was responsible for having our people go through all this, they're going to go through the same thing, and it's going to be worse. Okay, that's the people because it's going to come into play. All right, go ahead.
For the Lord hath spoken it.
For the Lord hath spoken it. So that's what's going to take place. Read Revelations 13, 9 and 10. It says, he that leadeth in... Oh, actually, I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm going to let it flow. Yeah, go ahead.
Revelation 13 and 10.
Yeah.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Yeah, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And it's evident that the Europeans led the so-called Negroes into captivity. Go ahead, keep going.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Yeah. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Go ahead.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
And that goes back to the time of Christopher Colombo, which that's his real name. Colombo or something like that. Basically what he did was when he went into the land of the Americas, he stole those people, man. He stole those native Indians by the millions, the tens of millions, 77 million with him stole. So he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Go ahead. And here is the
patience and the faith of the saints.
Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. So we're patiently waiting for the recompense of our enemies for what they have done unto the house of Israel, the Lord's people. Okay? So let's go back to Joel, the 3rd chapter.
I left off.
Yeah.
And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off.
And what that's going into is we're going to have taskmasters. That's going to basically take care of the Edomites and these other nations, really dealing with Esau. Okay, we're going to sell them to the Sabians. In other words, they're going to be taskmasters under us.
For the Lord hath spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men.
Now we're going back into the... No pictures. No pictures of me. Huh? No, I'm saying no. We don't want no pictures. If you don't want to take a picture of the sign, then, if you want to take a picture of us, then just keep it moving, because we told you not to take no pictures. You can take a picture of the sign, but not us. This is not some show, man. Like, people think that this is some show or something.
That's why I don't get it, man.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, what it is because...
What are they going to do with the picture?
That's what I'm saying.
Put demons on them or some shit.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But if they want to take pictures, they can take pictures. Because they're going to get condemned by those pictures anyway. Because we told them not to take pictures. But they take pictures any doggone way. And really what it is because the scriptures say that we're respectful unto them. So they're going to take pictures because they see that spirit, that aura rising on brothers. That's what it is. It's a spiritual thing, brothers, But at the same time, the Most High is giving us that glory. It's a certain aura that the Lord has given us, man. Because we're better than these people. These people ain't got nothing else. You check these people's lives, they're living boring lives, man. That's why they gotta go to clubs, they gotta do this, they gotta do that, they gotta take pictures. Okay, this is something out of the ordinary.
I don't get it.
You know what I mean? So why all of a sudden they taking pictures of us? But like the scriptures say, we're gonna be a spectacle unto them. That's what it is. That's all I can say, bro. I can't really understand that, but that's all I can say.
Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw nigh.
So now we're tying in these days. Let all the mighty men of war be awakened. That's them Russians, that's the Iranians, and that's all of these other nations. What's that?
Going into the article you're reading.
There you go. Going all the way back to what I was reading, an article dealing with China, helping out Syria. Okay? So all of these military men across the border or around the world, they're being awakened. The Most High's putting that mindset in them to get ready for that great battle, the great war of Armageddon, which the word Armageddon means mountain of the troops, which is a Hebrew word, which is Armageddon, okay? Which means mountain of the troops. You're gonna have the mountain of the troops of the Japanese, the Chinese, the American soldiers, and all of that, and then some. Go ahead, and that's gonna be your multitude. That's gonna go into the valley of decision. Go ahead.
Let them come up with your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears.
Your pruning hooks into spears, because what they're doing is these nations, they used to be agriculture at one time. Okay, but now the Lord is setting them up to transfer those tools into the tools of war, to be used in World War III. Go ahead.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
Let the weak say that I'm strong. And I always bring the scripture out, because this is where we're at right now. Because what does it mean, let the weak say that I'm strong? What that means is that all of these poorer countries that were once poor at one time, they're now doing way better than the Western countries. They're doing way better economically. Okay? Alright? That's what's going on right now. They got more superior nuclear technology than the Westerners. So that's what it means that let the weak say that I'm strong. Because the weaker nations are being stronger than the actual Edomite nations, man. Alright, go ahead.
Assemble yourselves and come up, O ye heathen, and gather yourselves together around the mountain.
Assemble yourselves, gather yourselves together around the mountain. This is why you have the Muslims gathering around about the Crimean region. Okay, then you have the Chinese stepping in front of Syria. Yeah, so the thing about it is you got the Chinese, they're looking to aid Syria, and they're looking to stand side by side by him. So all of these heathens that the Lord don't get too craps about, the Lord is going to set them in order and assemble them up for that great judgment, man. That great judgmental thing. And that's that World War III. That's going to be the war that's going to destroy all wars, end all wars, basically. And that's going to be the war that's going to devastate this whole planet like you've never seen before. That's the ultimate judgment. Because you got these Christians, they will say, well, if you die or whatever, you're going to go to hell. No, hell is going to be placed out on the planet, and you're going to see that hell. Go ahead.
Assemble yourselves and come up, O ye heathen,
Yeah.
and gather yourselves together round about.
You gather yourselves together around the mountain. That's the point. Go ahead.
Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened,
Yeah.
and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Right.
For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round
That's where
about.
the Lord is going to seek to judge the heathen round about. In that Persian, that Middle Eastern region, because that's where the main war is going to start, the World War III, prophetically. Okay? You know, you got these Muslims talking about how you're going to have an Islamic utopia and this and that and the third. That ain't happening, man. That's not going to happen. If it's not in the prophetical list, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. You know, you got these Christians talking about, you know, what they believe in and that, which that's not going to happen either. What's going to happen is what the word of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is saying, man. That's what's going to happen. Okay? Go ahead.